A city on the verge of greatness. A new type of city, based not on the man, but on the automobile. The car. The symbol of freedom and vitality. Where every man can own his own home, and have room to breathe, and not be overlooked by his neighbors. A city where a man's home is his castle. A quarter acre of the dream made possible by victory. A city of opportunists. A city of dreams, where Hollywood will shape the thoughts and desires of the entire planet. A city of pioneers. A city of dreamers. A city of undercurrents, where not everything is as it seems. A 20th century city that will become a model for the world. A city that has no boundaries, that will stretch as far as the eye can see. In the Marine Corps, you deal with the chain of command. Mistakes get made, but you deal with them. You know what you're fighting for and that you're on the same team. But dealing with corruption is like chasing shadows. You never know whether the guy you're talking to is on the pad, or whether it's your partner, or maybe even the watch commander. So who do you trust, Cole? I made up my mind a long time ago.
KGBL calling caller 14 Adam. 14 Adam, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
14 Adam, see the detective, an ambulance shooting at 6th and Industrial Street. Unit 16 William requests uniformed assistance for an evidence search. 14 Adam, code 2.
Roger, 14 Adam en route.
Here we go again. They don't request uniforms for an evidence search unless there's some kind of catch.
Ever the optimist.
From the beam of sunshine himself.
Tatort in der Gasse, 10:11 Uhr.
Floyd Rose, homicide. You might back up?
Yes, sir. Phelps and Dunn, Wilshire Division.
We had a shooting took place down this alleyway. We have the Vic, Scooter Payton, a Negro male bagged up and on his way to Central Morgue. Witness says a tall white guy, our shooter, put 2 in the Vic's head and then threw his piece. I need you guys to try and recover the gat.
You want us to look anywhere in particular?
Give it your best shot, guys. The dead guy's a lowlife. I'm not expecting any miracles here.
And if we recover the weapon?
Bag it and return it to technical services.
You hurry it up, Floyd. We
I'm
got
outta
places
here.
to be.
Happy hunting.
This is a fist hump. Just going through the motions.
Probably right. Let's just get it over and done.
All right, have it your way. We'll search right up to the back wall. If you still don't come up with anything, come find me and we'll talk it out. 2 heads are always better than 1. Look at this junk. It's not my job to pick through other people's trash. What have you got, Phelps? Anything? this. I tell you, I'm jinxed. I always get landed with this crap.
Dr. Fontaine, could I have a word?
Of course, young man.
I really enjoyed your lecture, Doctor. Psychiatry seems to have a tremendous amount to offer.
Why, thank you. I'm always happy to receive acknowledgement for my work. The mind is the last great mystery in medicine. Are you thinking of specializing, Mr.
Sheldon. Courtney Sheldon. I'm only in second year, Doctor. They fast-tracked me a year because of my experience during the war.
Ah.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Battle fatigue and collapse under duress. Can it be helped?
I would say yes, given the right set of circumstances. Trauma forces the mind to close down, retreat in on itself. We try to find ways to unlock the mind again through a combination of therapy and drug treatment. Hypnosis and therapy are powerful tools in the right hands, Shiv.
I've been to visit some of the guys at the VA hospital. A good friend of mine, he's so far away. It's like he's wandering
You
around.
went through a lot together.
Yes, Doctor.
Give me his details and I'll make a prognosis. I have a number of clinics in Los Angeles, Courtney Sheldon. And your penance, for your friend's help, is to come and work at one of them in your spare time. With what little spare time a medical student has. Is that a deal?
Is it ever? I can't thank you enough.
I'm not promising a cure, Courtney. I want you to remember that. Every physician has patients that he cannot hope to cure, for whom he can only smooth the path to death.
We're never gonna find it. It's a waste of time.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Shooter put him up against the wall and blew his brains out.
Hell of a way to go.
Doesn't really matter how you go once you're gone.
Don't get all deep on me, Phelps.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that. I doubt it. Seems irrelevant.
Ralph, there's something on the rooftop.
How the hell did you see that?
A reflection in the window. Looks like it might be our weapon. I'm gonna see if I can find a way up there.
All right, don't hurt yourself. The gun's up on the roof, right? So we need to find a way up. What kind of chumps do these homicide guys think we are?
Smith & Wesson, serial S71893.
How you doing, Cole? Found it yet?
2 rounds fired. And instead of dropping it down a drain, our shooter hoists it up here. Interesting guy.
We should follow up on this now, before the perp tries to leave town.
We have the gun, Cole. Let's take it back to Central. We could get a commendation.
Could show some initiative, Ralph, and see if we can come up with an owner.
That's a long shot, Cole.
It's a pretty fancy gun. You know a local gun store?
Sure. There's a place a couple of blocks from here. Are you sure about this? It's not really our gig.
No harm in doing some digging. The suits didn't seem to give much of a damn.
Such a little Boy Scout, Cole. You can't wait to get out of that uniform, can you?
You'd rather round up drunks and help old ladies across the road?
I'd rather get through the day without the captain's foot up my
Moin
ass.
Teufel.
It'll be fine, Ralph. You worry too much.
Ja, L.A Noire, das ist so Polizeispiel von Rockstar. Das Spiel ist aber auch schon uralt. Dann fahren wir mal zum Waffenladen.
Officer needs help, 103 MD.
Den Waffenladen, 10:33 Uhr. Dann gehen wir da mal rein, ne?
Officers Phelps and Dunn. Can you tell us anything about this gun?
Smith & Wesson, Model 27, registered Magnum. Chambered for .357, nickel-plated with pearl grips. Same gun used by General Patton.
You're not suggesting he's the owner?
No, I'm not.
You seem to know a lot about the weapon.
I ought to. I sold it. You know, this piece will stop a rhino. These babies are only available special order. Here's my Smith & Wesson order book.
You mind if I take a look?
Be my guest. This is about something bad, right?
Model 27 with pearl grips, Cole. You see it on there?
Was muss ich suchen?
We're in luck. Errol Schroeder, 203 South Glass Street. Ordered the gun in February 46. Thanks, you've been a big help.
Anytime. Always happy to help out the LAPD.
Okay.
Do we call it in?
Let's see if he's at home. Owning the gun doesn't prove he pulled the trigger.
Okay. In for a penny, in for a pound. Lead the way, Gunga Din.
Careful!
Now that wasn't so hard, was it? Just because we're in uniform doesn't mean we can't use our initiative.
I guess so. Seems a little too good to be true. One-of-a-kind murder weapon bought locally using a real name? If Schroeder's our shooter, he's no criminal mastermind.
Most of them aren't. That's why they get caught. And 2 out of every 3 crimes are done on impulse.
Another fact from the Phelps Encyclopedia of Thin Air. You really are full of it.
Schröders apartment.
Goddamn Harry thinks he could get fresh.
Schroeder, apartment 2.
Okay, Apartment 2. Das ist 3. Hier ist 2.
What do you guys want?
I'm Officer Cole Phelps. This is Officer Dunn, Wilshire Division. You're the owner of a Smith & Wesson Model 27, nickel-plated with pearl grips?
I might be. What of it?
Then you'll be surprised to know that Scooter Payton was murdered tonight with your gun.
You're out of your mind. Scooter? He works for me. I have that gun here in my drawer. What the fuck is going on here?
You're under arrest, Schroeder. Cuff him, Ralph.
No way. You're not taking me down for this. You ready, tough?
That was a very...
Prancing around. You start it. I'll finish it.
Ralph, you all right?
I'm fine. I hardly felt it. He's lucky he caught me off guard.
Keep an eye on him, Ralph. I'm gonna take a look around.
Mhm. Ein Handbuch.
List of names and a series of numbers. Floyd Rose's name is in this book.
Phelps, we can come out of this all bright and shiny with a commendation. Or stick our schlongs in a hornet's nest. Call it in, partner. And leave the book where you found it.
Officer Phelps, badge 1247.
You dumb fucking sons of bitches, get in this line now before I lose my temper.
Excuse me, Sergeant, but...
Excuse me? Fuck you. You say another word and I'll break your fucking head and have you in the brig.
Some of us are here for...
I know why you're here, asswipe. I'm having a bad day, Private. Some people don't seem to want to get on this bus.
Didn't ask for your help.
He didn't ask for your help. Can you believe this guy? Who are you two? Abbott and Costello?
We're here for OCS, Sergeant.
So it's the three fucking stooges and you're here for OCS. God help this fucking country and the USMC. The Japanese will do the world a favor and kill you quickly. All three of you are on report. What are your fucking names?
Phelps.
Kelso.
Merrill.
Any other gentlemen for OCS? OCS is at Elliott. You take the Camp Elliott bus over there. This bus is for MCRD. This bus is for men who want to fight.
Bewaffnet und gefährlich.
Well, you picked the right place, Cole. A city that needed an honest cop like a thirsty man needed water. You'd heard the stories, but you weren't interested. You were here to fight the good fight, solve cases, right wrongs. But the force is like politics. There's no sitting on the fence. You have to choose sides. A brown paper envelope, or a Greyhound ticket to Palookaville. It could only ever end one way.
All units to 211 in progress and shots fired at Westlake Savings and Loan, 1415 West 3rd Street. Unit to handle identifying code 3.
We'll take that. It's only a couple blocks from
14
here.
Adam calling KGPL. We'll handle the 211.
Roger that, 14 Adam. Be advised, suspects are armed and dangerous.
Roger KGPL. 14 Adam en route.
Okay, Code 3 Sirene.
Are you trying to run?
Make it quick, you guys. The cops are here. We gotta move it.
Weapons on the ground, now! Try for the front door. Keep your goddamn head down. Use the cover, Phelps. We don't know how many are in there. Take it slow. Backup will be here soon.
LAPD, put down your weapons. The bank is surrounded. I'm offering you a chance to...
That's it? We got them all? I think we got them, Cole. Should be all clear. Lieutenant Hopkins says anytime you reach for the shotguns, you're either going to end up dead or wearing a citation. So I guess...
It's okay, Ralph. You did well in there. Glad you had my back. This man couldn't ask for a better partner. This kind of opportunity comes along once in a lifetime, Hank. I have to grasp it.
You have to survive at first, Cole. Here are the veterans. The Japs love to shoot officers.
If I can make a name for myself in this war, my future...
Thinking of taking on a company of the Emperor's finest single-handed? You don't seem the Sergeant York type to me.
When I need your opinion, Kelso, I'll ask for it.
They talk about officers like you in boot camp, Cole. They call it the Custer syndrome. Guys who go around dreaming of fame and glory and getting all of their men killed in the process.
Our duty is to lead, Kelso.
And their duty is to die for your wonderful future?
Cole Phelps and Jack Kelso. With some people, it's as simple as chemistry. Two guys who should have been friends, but their personalities got in the way. Phelps, a good guy, but wound way too tight. And Kelso, a quiet man who could never walk away from a fight.
Well, it's a shame you don't like to talk about it, Cole.
Ralph, friends who want to stay friends don't discuss religion or politics. And in my case, you can add the war to that.
I know that bum. Wendell Bowers. I put him away before. He jumped parole. Get after him, Phelps. I'll head him off in the car.
Wendell Bowers! Stop! LAPD!
You can go screw yourselves. Why, you... He's hiding in the alley!
Bowers! Hold it right there! Stop now or I will shoot.
I won't tell you again, Wendell.
Jesus, Dunn! Watch your fire!
Don't want to do this, Wendell. Get down from there right now.
Stay the hell away from me.
Give it up, Wendell!
There's no way I'm going back inside. I've done my time. You assholes already screwed me once.
It's over, Bowers! Give it up, Bowers! There's nowhere left to go!
Oh, Alter, das war ein
Looks
Schlag.
like we've got the place to ourselves. Come on then, pretty boy.
How you doing, Wendell? Your parole officer's feeling lonely. He's got a hole in his life for an asshole like you. You can make it up to him in 10 years' time. Watch your head. This hump will be back in the Iron Hotel by tomorrow night. Nice work, Cole. You run track in high school?
Part of the tradition of the Marine Corps and being an officer in the Marine Corps is the ability to make tough decisions. The right decision is not always the popular one. The right decision will get the men you care about killed. These ratings and your ability to give them frankly and truthfully directly affect your chances of successfully becoming a Marine officer. Candidate Phelps, you have the floor. Esprit de Corps, Merrill, 10. Franklin, 8. Weiss, 8. Donahoe, 6. Kowalski, 6. Hudson, 5. Kelso, 2. Leadership, Donahoe, 8. Franklin, 7. Merrill, 6. Kowalski, 6. Weiss, 5. Hudson, 5. Kelso, 1. Candidate Kelso!
I'm sorry, Captain, but I joined the Marine Corps to fight the enemy, not get involved in this schoolboy chicken shit.
Kelso, in my office, now!
For every cop, there's the case that makes you. Gives you that leg up. Gets you recognized as the shining new star in the squad. The case that you solve that shows that you have the gumption, the gung-ho, the get up and go to make you stand out from your average rank-and-file patrolman. This could be the one goal.
LAPD, could you stand clear of the body, please? Has anyone called an ambulance?
We've called an ambulance and the police, but I'm afraid he's dead.
Okay, stand further back and move along. It's your choice, but make it quick, people.
Hey, Cole. You got here quick.
My beat crosses 7th Street.
Okay. You're first reporting then. We'll get a perimeter going and move the crowd on. You better see what you can find out before the homicide dicks show up. I'll be with you in a moment. Everybody stay back. Let us do our job.
Broad daylight. Crowded street. Now I've seen everything.
All right. Yes, it's a dead person.
C. Galetta. Layaway receipt. Pearl earrings. Made out to Bank of Arcadia. Sir, I'm Officer Phelps. What exactly did you see?
I heard the shots. I thought it was a car backfiring. I saw a girl run at the shoe store.
You want to take a look around now? The witness can wait, Cole. We've got the perimeter. We should make sure we've checked the whole crime scene before questioning the witness.
Can I help you, sir?
I'm Officer Phelps, miss. I'm here about the shooting. Did you know the victim?
He was my boss. Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage's first name.
Everett.
And you are?
Galleta. Clovis Galleta.
Do you think you could tell me exactly what happened, miss?
I look around the shops at lunch. I was in a store when Mr. Gage, my boss, bursts in yelling that I'm late on my lunch.
And?
We came back. I was angry. I walked in front. I heard shots. I turned and saw Mr. Gage fall.
And you don't know who shot Gage or why?
No, officer.
A man is dead, Miss Galetta, and it's a criminal offense to lie to a police officer. I ought to take you downtown.
Get out! Get out right now! Send in one of the other policemen if you must, but I won't say another word to you. I suppose I must look a mess.
Shell casings. These look like 32s. I'm stumped. Ideas?
Looks like there's something in this trash can.
FN Browning. Serial number 01138. Might need to run it by a gun store.
We have the murder weapon?
But no murderer. The girl saw it all, but she clammed up on me. We could trace the gun.
Eagleson's gun store's a couple blocks from here.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Tate, maintain the perimeter.
What did I tell you about going too hard on the witness? She's a store assistant, not a prisoner of war.
Is that supposed to be funny?
I'm just saying that sometimes you need to pour some sugar on these broads. A little bedside manner can go a long way.
And since when are you the expert? We got the murder weapon, didn't we?
You shouldn't dole it out if you can't take it, Phelps. She was a looker, though. Tell me I'm wrong.
No wonder you're suddenly...
Jesus!
No wonder you're suddenly so obsessed with bedside manner.
What are you doing to this car?
Officers, what can I do you for?
Officers Phelps and Dunn, sir, Wilshire Division. We need you to trace a serial number.
Sure. What's the make and model?
FN Browning, model 1922. The serial number is 01138.
You don't say. Well, I didn't sell it. Europeans love them, but it's pretty rare you find one over here. Although I did have one in here a couple of weeks back.
Remember the owner?
Yeah. Kalu. Edgar Kalu was his name. Thing looked like he'd never been fired, but he brought it in here for cleaning anyway. Then he bought a box of cartridges and he left.
Do you know where we can find Mr. Kalu?
Told me he was on his lunch break. Said he worked at Hartfield's jewelry store just up on Broadway.
Thanks for your help.
Officer, can I interest you in a new watch?
Officer Cole Phelps, are you Edgar Kalu?
No. Mr. Kalu is out back. He said he'd lie down. I'll buzz him for you.
Son of a bitch! Go, Cole, go! Kalu, get back here!
I can't decide between the tuna fish and the chicken.
Stop or I will shoot! Edgar Kalu, you're under arrest for the murder of Everett Gage.
The case that makes you, and the case that breaks you. The one you never solve, the one that keeps you awake at night. The case that gnaws at your guts and ruins your marriage. The case that keeps you propping up a bar as you relive the what-ifs, the might-have-beens, the half-leads, and the half-truths. The case that other cops murmur about whenever you walk past. The case you never, ever discuss.
God's mill may grind slowly, but it grinds finely, son. I hear it's you who nabbed our malefactor from the shooting yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Then tell me, boyo, I hear you're quite the climber, a man of initiative. How would you like a chance at smiting this man with the sword of justice?
You're asking me to conduct the interview, sir?
I am, young Phelps. You've only been with us a short time, and you've assembled yourself a stellar arrest record. Not to mention the fine work you did in the war, sending heathens back to the hell they came from. But I'm curious as to whether you can turn your hand to interrogation. Takes a certain animal cunning, lad. Do you think you might be ready for that?
Yes, sir. I think I am.
Good man. You need many things for a conviction, young Phelps. A motive, opportunity, hard evidence, and best of all, a confession. If you fail in the former, you can always use a modicum of violence to obtain the latter. How are you feeling, lad?
Fine, sir.
Very good. The evidence is overwhelming. May the cat eat him and the cat be eaten by the devil. Bring me a confession, young Phelps. This is your chance. Don't fail me.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that. Let's talk about the shooting. Do you deny shooting Everett Gage?
I'm a businessman. I run a jewelry store. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure my lawyer can clear all this up.
You deny owning a Browning pistol, serial number 01138.
I owned a gun, yes, but it was stolen in a burglary a couple years ago. You can't prove I used my gun on Gage. Gage was an asshole, but his death wasn't down to me. I've just got to keep my mouth shut and watch you run around in circles. We're done. Unless you want to keep making a schmuck of yourself.
You disappoint me, Cole Phelps. Get back in there and raise some lumps, boy! I need a confession!
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that. Let's talk about the shooting. Do you deny shooting Everett Gage?
I'm a businessman. I run a jewelry store. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure my lawyer can clear all this up.
You deny owning a Browning pistol, serial number 01138.
I owned a gun, yes, but it was stolen in a burglary a couple years ago. You can't prove I used my gun on Gage. Gage was an asshole, but his death wasn't down to me. I've just got to keep my mouth shut and watch you run around in circles. We're done. Unless you want to keep making a schmuck of yourself.
You disappoint me, Cole Phelps.
Get back in there and raise some lumps, boy! I need a confession!
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that. Let's talk about the shooting. Do you deny shooting Everett Gage?
I'm a businessman. I run a jewelry store. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure my lawyer can clear all this up.
You deny owning a Browning pistol, serial number 01138.
I owned a gun, yes, but it was stolen in a burglary a couple years ago. You can't prove I used my gun on Gage.
You don't ask, you never find out.
Gage was an asshole, but his death wasn't down to me. I've just got to keep my mouth shut and watch you run around in circles. We're done. Unless you want to keep making a schmuck of yourself.
You disappoint me, Cole Phelps.
Get back in there and raise some lumps, boy! I need a confession!
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that. Let's talk about the shooting. Do you deny shooting Everett Gage?
I'm a businessman. I run a jewelry store. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure my lawyer can clear all this up.
You deny owning a Browning pistol, serial number 01138.
I owned a gun, yes, but it was stolen in a burglary a couple years ago. You can't prove I used my gun on Gage.
You had the gun cleaned and bought a new box of ammunition. The store owner remembers you and where you work.
Is that so? It's amazing what the nebbishes will recall when it suits them.
Let's change the subject. You fasting for Yom Kippur, Mr. Kalu?
Yeah, let's change the subject, you going motherfucker. How about baseball?
You're not denying you're a Jew, Mr. Kalu.
This is America. It's not Germany. It's not a crime.
Some people don't like Jews, Mr. Kalu.
Yeah, and I guess you're one of them.
Gage hated Jews, didn't he, Mr. Kalu?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
You call me that? You sit there and you call me those names, you goddamn goy butt snatcher? You and that stup Gage!
Why did you do it, Mr. Kalu?
Gage. He's in the Chamber of Commerce. He's in with all those momsers. He blocked every proposal I ever put forward. Kike this and kike that. He's been trying to ruin my business for years.
Edgar Kalu, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Everett Gage. I respect your beliefs and your right to hold them. I hope for your sake the jury can commute to murder in the second degree. May God have mercy on you, sir.
Masterfully done, Officer Phelps. It is just Officer Phelps. Isn't it, lad?
Yes, sir.
Then let me have a word with the Chief of Police, young Phelps. The department needs heroes. A shining, honest face the public can admire. I applaud a man with your talent for unwavering justice. Back to your duties for now, boyo. But here's a piece of advice. Get yourself 2 suits, get them pressed. You'll be needing them.
Here's your new desk, kid. You're on traffic. The hot sheet is posted here, next to the map.
What's his problem?
That's Biggs. He's an institution.
So this is what all the fuss is about. Why couldn't they build a freeway that goes past my place?
They haven't even approved the money yet, kid. The bond issue won't be till December. It'll be years before any of this will happen. Here's your new partner, Stefan Burkowski.
I've heard all about you, Phelps. You go easy on me and let me earn the odd citation, and maybe we'll get along fine.
I'm here to learn, Detective.
Oh, he's an intense one, isn't he, Mel?
Who's intense?
The newly minted detective here, Cole Phelps.
Hi, Phelps. I'll be keeping an eye on you. I could spend a little time basking in reflected glory. Make a change from busting hookers and dope fiends.
Who was that, Commander?
Roy Earl, chief detective and advice.
Do they all dress like movie stars?
Well, Roy is a movie star. And the whole of the seedy side of L.A. is his audience.
What is that supposed to mean?
Stick with me, kid. You'll find out.
And now some housekeeping. Warm Central Division welcome for Detective Cole Phelps. Some of you guys may know Phelps. He's the cop who broke the jewelry store murder. Stand up and take a bow, Phelps.
If it's all right with you,
That's
sir.
That's an order, Phelps.
Shh, quiet, everybody.
Phelps is one of only 2 serving LAPD officers who received the Silver Star during the war. Really gave it those lousy Japanese, eh, Phelps?
I did my best, Captain.
Why are you war heroes always so modest? I've partnered Phelps with everybody's favorite Pole, Stefan Bukowski.
Hope you like work, kid. Bukowski sure as hell doesn't.
Well, that's why we have partners, right?
Okay, can it, guys? Stick with Bukowski. He's a good cop. He knows traffic inside and out. I'm going to start you out with one case. You do okay, I'll give you a couple more. You screw up, you'll be rousting vagrants and running license plates. Now get down to the PE Freight Depot, 6th and Alameda. A patrolman called in a suspicious vehicle. Signs of foul play. See what you can find out.
Come on, Phelps.
Making the car in the end.
They really pushed you through quick, didn't they? 6 years on patrol before I got this desk. You were here in 5 minutes.
What do you want me to say? I didn't ask for any favors.
Keep talking. Someday you'll say something intelligent.
Canary says he'll sing, but only if I guarantee he won't.
You know this place?
Sure. Near the old gasworks and Signo Depot in the warehouse district. I'll direct.
All units of 459.
So, tell me a little about yourself, Phelps.
Are we friends now, Bukowski? We have to work together. Don't be so touchy.
I grew up in San Francisco. My father was in shipping. I went to college at Stanford. Did 2 years ROTC before Reno CS at Camp Elliott. Shipped out in early '45 as a...
Watch it! So you won the Silver Star.
I don't want to talk about it.
Now let me get this straight. You single-handedly killed 40 Japs on this hill in Kanal. No. You were up there all night, draped in the flag, knife between your teeth, gun at the ready.
Finished?
The Emperor Hirohito himself leading the charge against you.
I did my part, Bukowski. What did you do?
I kept the streets of L.A. safe for the people.
Yeah. Now I get it. Unfit for service.
Fuck you, Phelps. I earned a bravery citation during the Zuder riots.
All units of 459 just occurred at 6th and Saris. Any unit to handle, code 2 identified.
11 King, go ahead, KGPL.
Up on the roof, officer. He has a mask on his face. I caught sight when he shoved past me, but be careful. I saw him waving a gun.
Give it up now! Make it easy on yourself!
Get the hell away from me! I'll take you all down with me!
All units of 459 just occurred at 6th and Saris. Any unit to handle, code 2 identified.
11 King, go ahead, KGPL.
Up on the roof, officer. He has a mask on his face. I caught sight when he shoved past me, but be careful. I saw him waving a gun.
Give it up now! Make it easy on yourself!
Get the hell away from me!
Hurry! You can still catch him! I think you broke my nose!
Come on, Flatfoot. Let's negotiate.
How long do you think you can hold out? Put your weapons down and your hands in the air.
I'll do it. I swear to God I will.
That you, Bukowski? Go on through. Parking lot straight ahead.
I need to get back to work, officer.
The detectives are here now. You repeat to them what you told me.
I did the right thing by calling this in. I'm just a working stick.
Just give them your story and you'll be all right.
This is your first case, Phelps. It's okay to admit it if you're stumped. If you don't know what to do next, just come talk to me and we'll see what we can figure out.
Thanks, Stefan. You're okay.
I'm Officer Hart.
Phelps, traffic. What have you got?
Abandoned car, probably stolen. The solid citizen is Nate Wilkie. He called it in.
What gives with the coroner?
There's blood all over the interior. Someone's copped a full Broderick, but no stiff as yet.
We have an owner for the car?
The car is registered to an Adrian Black, just north of Bunker Hill.
All right. We'll take a look around.
I'll keep Mr. Wilkie talking, but don't make him wait too long. He's the restless type. Nice day for it.
How long you gonna keep
Doc?
me here, sir?
Detective Phelps. What have we got?
A lot of blood for a blunt force injury. Victim must be in a very bad way.
Any sign of the guy?
Not unless he's in the trunk of the car. I have another 5 cases to get to this morning, Detective.
Mr. F. Morgan picked up a live pig yesterday?
Doesn't look like anything.
The victim looks to have lost a lot of blood. I'm at a loss.
Check the whole area, Detective. Assume everything's a potential lead.
Stenzel glasses. Home repaired by the look of it. Happier times, I guess. "32 years old, married. Sounds like an average guy. What was he doing out here?"
Not sure this means much.
Sir, I'm Detective Phelps.
Name's Nate Wilkie.
You found the vehicle?
Sure. Saw it just sitting there. Strange place to be parking your car. Figured I'd better take a look. And then I saw all the blood. So I called the police.
Do you know Adrian Black, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. That ain't a name I'm familiar with.
You ever seen the car before?
Funny enough, I did. A couple of nights ago, it was over there in the parking lot. I know most of the cars are parked here regular, so it kind of stood out.
Mind if I ask what you were doing out here?
Well, I work for the railway. I was on my way out to the switch and reckoned I'd take a shortcut.
Did you see anybody else in the yard? Maybe somebody hanging around the car?
Nope. I hadn't seen a soul all day till you boys turned up.
The wallet by the car. Was there anything in it when you arrived?
You accusing me of something, mister?
It's a simple question, Mr. Wilkie.
I wouldn't know what was in that wallet. I never touched it.
Thank you for your patience, Mr. Wilkie. If you don't mind waiting a little longer, I'm sure we'll have more questions once we've had a look around. What do you think?
Have a word with the witness. It's not often we get eyeballs in a case like this.
I told you all I can. I gotta go back to work or I'll lose my job.
The brand name might give us something to go on.
Morgen sind du alter Sack.
We found a steel pipe with blood on it near the car.
Do you know anything about it, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. I went straight for the law when I saw the car was full of blood.
When you saw the blood, was it wet, bright red, or darker like it is now?
Darker, I'd say.
Und hast du sie schon mal Sport gespielt?
Nö.
Nicht?
Thank you for your help,
No.
Mr. Wilkie. We'll contact your employer if we need anything more from you.
If you have to, I guess. I can't really spend no more time over this.
Somebody's got to inform the wife, Phelps. If you're done here, we'll head over there now. Bunker Hill Avenue. You know where that is?
Behind Bunker Hill. A couple blocks north of Central Station.
So, what do we tell the wife?
Ja.
We play it by the book. There's no stiff yet, so let's see how it plays out.
All units, officer detail, Major 415, 1624 West 3rd Street, 1624 West 3rd Street.
Could be a car theft gone wrong. Take black friends somewhere low and give them a tap. But why leave the car?
Hä?
Kann man da jemanden
Got a
verhaften?
little heavy-handed.
Ja.
It's the wrong way around. Well, how so?
Wird auch
Genius?
abgehört?
Ja, hab ich auch schon gemacht.
Ich würde jeden Verdächtigen abknallen.
Darfst du nicht.
Oh, schade.
Where is Adrian? If you've gone to all the trouble to steal the car and it goes wrong, you leave the body behind, not the car. Got something. Take it easy, fella.
Wieso fährst du eigentlich mit so einem Auto herum?
Vielleicht gibt es so ein Auto. Oh, mein Auto ist kaputt. Mein Auto ist kaputt.
Perfekt. Was machst du jetzt?
Weiß ich nicht.
Einfach in ein anderes Auto einsteigen.
Ja. Kann ich machen.
Okay.
So, jetzt mehr undercover unterwegs.
That was way too close.
Kannst du auch mit der Polizeiauto rumfahren, nicht, oder?
Doch, das war ja ein Polizeiauto. Das war ja ein Polizeiauto.
Du hast was einen Menschen überfahren.
Nee.
Anzeige ist draußen.
Nee.
Doch, ich hab wieder Beweis.
Nee. Ich bin Polizist, ich darf das.
Oh, okay.
Alter, wo ist denn hier der Bahnhof?
Habe ich auch gegessen.
Die sahen immer ein paar Blocks und dann muss ich gefühlt einmal ganz weit, ich muss immer ganz weit fahren. Das sind ein paar Blocks. Karte. Alles drauf wie GTA. Ja. Ob die Karte noch größer wird? Was ist das? Güterbahnhof. Und was machst du, Teufel?
Treibe durchs Garten.
SpongeBob spielen.
Nee.
Battlefield.
Yes. Ob man eine SpongeBob 2 spielen kann? Schon, oder?
Weiß ich nicht. Aber nicht die Kampagne.
Nicht?
Nee.
Let's go introduce ourselves. You talk to her, Phelps. I'm no good at this shoulder to cry on stuff.
Just a minute.
LAPD, Mrs. Black. May we come in? We have some bad news and we'd rather discuss this in private.
I'm Margaret Black. We can discuss this in the living room. Please come in.
Gott, was ist das für eine hässliche Frau?
Weiß nicht.
Your husband drives a blue Lincoln, Mrs. Black?
That's correct.
The car has been found abandoned, and I'm afraid there are signs of foul play.
I knew something was wrong when he didn't come home.
We believe your husband may be injured. We found a pipe on the scene with blood on it.
Oh no! My poor Adrian!
Does the name Insta-Heat mean anything to you, ma'am?
Yes, it does. We've just had a new water heater installed.
Whereabouts, Mrs. Black?
Just outside the kitchen window. At the side of the house.
I'd like you to try and stay calm and remember everything that you can about last night. My partner and I are going to take a look around. When you're ready, we're going to have some more questions for you. Is that okay?
Of course, officer.
Monte-Black-Eis. Gut gezogen, oder?
Ja.
Wolltest du auch immer haben, oder?
Nee.
Nicht? Auch nicht Blitz-Black-Eis, oder?
Nee.
Aber Echo.
Ja. Das ist doch schön, Echo Black Eyes. Ich gehe mal raus und suche das Küchenfenster.
Nee. Das ist verboten.
Nee, die Frau hat mir Erlaubnis gegeben.
Oh.
Also keine, da, oder? Da, keine Ahnung. Ja.
No use leaving the thing half finished. That can't be right.
Was machst du denn da?
Ich muss da, weiß ich nicht.
Das ist falsch herum.
Ich kann das nicht drehen.
Nimm den linken Stick, da Bums da.
Was ist das?
Und steckst es auf die rechte Seite. Ja, ja, genau. Feines Mädchen. Reingesteckt.
No, that won't work. That looks wrong.
Hä?
Macht alles kaputt.
Aha.
So the pipe missing from Mr. Black's here is the
Das
same one.
blutige Rohr ist fehlt.
Seems like the assailant is a little closer to home.
Steck ihn rein!
Ja, dafür, ja, was soll ich machen?
Weiß ich nicht.
Miss Black! Ihr Mann wurde getötet!
Das warst du?
Nee.
Doch, du hast ihn getötet. Gib's doch zu.
Alibi für Mrs. Black. Die Frau ist 30
You
Jahre
should come
alt.
clean with us, Mrs. Black. Your husband is missing, and after our search, I'm willing to call the circumstances
Nur 30.
suspicious. Can you account for
No.
your movements last night?
Kannst du jung?
You're not accusing me, are you? Oh, what an awful thing to say. I was here all night, of course, waiting for Adrian to come home.
Is there anyone who can vouch for that?
Well, no. I was here alone. I cooked Adrian's dinner and waited, but he never came home.
Was mussten wir jetzt machen? Collect!
Das weiß ich nicht.
Warum läuft der Typ ins Schlafzimmer?
Das weiß ich nicht.
Make sure you cover all the rooms. We don't want to miss anything.
Okay. Ich will keinen schwulen Sexsmach haben.
Nicht?
Ich muss jetzt das ganze Haus durchsuchen.
Da viel Spaß.
1946.
Used ticket to Seattle and a suitcase gone missing. Someone couldn't wait to get out of this house.
Da bist du geboren.
Hä?
Was?
Da bist du geboren.
Alter, bin ich schon... Nein, wäre ich da noch am Leben?
Weiß ich nicht.
Klar.
Also es gibt ja einen Mann, der noch lebt. Und der den Krieg mit Hitler erlebt hat.
Ja, ich.
Echt?
Ja. Wusstest du das nicht?
So the glasses are a match.
Nee. Wie alt bist du denn?
Tja. 115.
Echt?
Ja.
Glaube ich dir nicht.
Nicht?
Also das ist der Mann, der vermisst wird. Sieht aus wie Teufel.
Du Arschloch.
Da steht so ein
Du
Text.
gleich,
an mein
du wirst
Adria.
gleich vermisst.
To my Adrian. This thing gets more and more interesting.
Wer ist jetzt Nicole?
Ich nicht.
Was das? Achso, das ist aus wie ein Kondompackung.
Was?
Was?
Kavanaugh. So who brought this home?
Was ist das? Ach, das sind Streichhölzer.
Yay.
Das sah natürlich aus wie...
Maybe Adrian was a patron.
Das war auf dem Nachttisch.
And I should have an address.
Finde ein Telefon, um nach der Adresse nachzufragen. Telefon, Telefon.
I'm all right now.
Entschuldigung, wo ist Ihr Telefon? Ich muss kurz telefonieren. Ah, hier, Telefon benutzen.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Kavanaugh's bar.
Certainly, Detective. One moment. Kavanaugh's Bar, corner of Aliso and Hewitt, south side of Union Station.
Thanks for your help.
So, können wir weiter durchsuchen.
Was? Weiter duschen?
Du... Nee.
Also willst du duschen gehen? Mit denen?
Mit der Frau, ja.
Ach du Scheiße. Die hässliche Frau.
Make yourself comfortable. So, you're a friend of Courtney's?
Yes, Doc.
He seems very concerned about you.
I have these visions. These blinding visions. I can't get them out of my head. My skull, it feels like it's in a
I
vice.
want to give you something to calm your nerves. I want to take you on a journey back. I want you to remember the good things about the past, occasions that made you laugh, times that made you smile.
This was only recently installed, not 2 days ago. wonder if someone in the house bought this unit, knowing how they would use the parts.
Nee.
Okay.
Ah, das Schlafzimmer, da möchte ich nicht mehr rein. Ja, hier ist ein, hä? Ist auch noch ein Schlafzimmer. Wie viele Schlafzimmer haben die denn?
5. 1000.
Oder haben die sind zusammen und haben ein getrenntes Schlafzimmer.
Natürlich.
Merkwürdig. So, Mrs. Wir haben sehr viele Fragen an Sie hier, ne? Erstmal das.
Was your husband wearing his glasses when he left here yesterday?
Yes, he just bought a new pair.
Go on.
I kept telling him to throw those old ones away. He tried to repair them with tape. It looked terrible.
Frage mit den Schlachthaus.
We found a receipt in the trunk of your husband's car for a live pig.
Schlachthaus!
The receipt was made out to an F. Morgan.
A pig? Adrian runs a tool business. That would be Frank Morgan. God knows what he's up to.
What makes you say that about Morgan, ma'am?
He's the foreman at my husband's
Panda,
plant.
1, 2, 3 oder 4?
4.
I told Adrian he needs to keep his
Okay.
distance from the staff.
Warum?
Ne, wegen, ich konnte mich nicht entscheiden zwischen Green Tea, Blueberry, Eistee oder Brombeergranate. Also von der Arizona.
Okay.
Did your husband tell
Ich
you
liebe
where he was
Arizona.
going last night?
All he said was he was going to meet Frank for a drink.
So nothing out of the usual then.
Mit einer Sache kann man mich happy machen, mit der Arizona.
Nee.
Doch.
And he went out early too. He normally never leaves for the bar till about 7.
Welche? Du bist Gold 1, oder?
Ja, Gold 2.
Kann ich da noch mitspielen?
Was bist du für ein Rang?
Silber 2.
Ja.
Tell us about the photo of Adrian in the bedroom.
Welche kann man dann nicht mehr mitspielen, wenn man noch Silber 2 ist bei Platin 3, oder?
1000 immer mehr Unterschied.
What was the purpose of
Also Platin 2.
Adrian's trip to
Nein,
Seattle?
Platin 3 schon. Oh, keine Ahnung.
He was meeting with some distributors. Adrian said that it was important to make contact interstate if he was going to grow his business.
Oh, das war falsch. Streichholzbrief aus Kavanaugh's Bar.
Your husband frequents Kavanaugh's bar?
How did you know that? Adrian practically lives there after work.
So Adrian spends a lot of time there.
Up until recently, he's been away in Seattle a lot on business.
We'll keep you informed, Mrs. Black.
Please do, Detective.
5 von 6 richtige Fragen habe ich.
Nee. Das ist alles falsch.
Nee.
Doch.
Du, das Auto, das ich geklaut habe, wird jetzt markiert als mein Auto.
Ja, perfekt.
Dann gehen wir mal jetzt in die Bar, ne?
Nicht zum Trinken, aber.
Ich bin doch im Dienst.
Mr. and Mrs. Black
Ja, da gibt's trotzdem
He's too scared to divorce her.
welche
She's
zum
too much
Trinken
of a shrinking
mittrinken.
violet to throw him out. If this hadn't happened,
war
they could
ja.
have stayed miserable together forever.
You think she could have killed him?
She sure as hell doesn't
Ja.
seem the type.
Ja, trinken gehen.
Stranger things have happened.
Im Dienst.
Ah ja, ein Bierchen geht immer.
Nee.
Aus einem Bierchen mit dann 20 Bierchen.
Von 20 auf 40. Von 40 auf 80. Von 80 auf
200.
Oder 40? Also 300. Okay. Von 300 auf 600. Von 600 auf 1200.
Und immer so weiter.
Also wer das trinkt, dann ist er schon lange tot.
Außer du bist ein Russe.
Boah, der ist ja dann auch tot.
Das weißt du nicht.
Oh doch, das weiß ich.
Nee, ein Russe kann...
Doch.
Vielleicht
die sind auch Menschen.
Ja, vielleicht trinkt er jeden Tag Bier und dann nicht.
Die werden trotzdem bei 1200 Bier hintereinander gestorben.
Ja, hintereinander vielleicht, aber mit Pause nicht.
Ja, von einem Tag.
Weiß ja nicht. Vielleicht gibt es ja Menschen, die jeden Tag 4 oder 5 Gläser trinken.
Das sind die ja wirklich
You know Frank Morgan?
bescheuert.
Sure. Frank's a regular. He's a loner in the back.
Ja, am Samstag fahre ich in Urlaub.
Echt?
Ja.
Wohin?
Kroatien.
Nee, darfst du nicht.
Ja, doch, Kroatien ist ein schönes Land.
Cole Phelps, LAPD. I understand you're a friend of
geht
Adrian
dagegen.
Black.
Dann fahre ich zu dir, dann fahre ich zu dir, mach dein Playstation kaputt, dann mache ich deinen Controller kaputt, dann mache ich deinen Fernseher kaputt oder Böse besser gesagt, ich mache alles kaputt.
Nee, dann fahre ich zu dir und macht alles kaputt.
We found Black's car abandoned in a freight
ich habe alles doppelt.
covered in
Nee,
blood.
mach ich alles kaputt.
Ich habe alles 10-fach.
Mach ich auch alles kaputt.
Ich habe alle 100-fach.
Nee.
Please, don't tell me you actually believe this jerk off, Phelps.
Doch.
Teufel.
Nein.
Guter Kopf, böser Kopf oder beschuldigen.
Böser Kopf.
Nee, ich beschuldige.
You're lying, Morgan. You were there. And you're talking out your ass, detective.
Weiß ich nicht.
Aufgesechte Hure.
Nee. Ach du Scheiße, sind das viele Fragen, die ich fragen muss.
Have a quiet drink on his own.
When did you last see Adrian?
Hell, I don't know. I had plenty to drink last night. Things are a little sketchy.
If he was on his way to meet you when he went missing, you're gonna have to do a lot better than I don't recall.
He had a couple and then left, I guess. Maybe he had to go meet someone. That's the best I can do.
This doesn't add up, Morgan. Your excuses don't help. Let's see how you enjoy the LAPD taking an
Ich würde
interest.
sagen, wir haben nur Monopoly gekauft und wir haben nur einmal gestrandet gespielt.
Tell Morgan. I say he's lying, and whatever hole he's got Adrian stashed in, he's got to go back there sometime.
Das war auch die längste Monopoly-Runde, die ich je hatte. Aha, der Typ macht etwas. Der steigt besoffen in sein Auto. Festnehmen.
Anzeige ist draußen.
Die verdächtige Person auf sichere entfernen. Die verdächtige Person ist rot markiert.
Warum rot nicht? Warum nicht blau? Oder lila? Oder pink?
I bet he wishes he'd rehearsed that story better now.
Das weiß ich ja nicht, Teufel. Ich habe ja mein Polizeiauto.
Da machen wir die Sirene an.
Nee, ich muss den verfolgen.
Ich will aber Sirene sehen.
Das siehst du nicht, du hörst ihn nur.
Ach so.
Wir sind in den 50ern. Da hatten die noch kein Blaulicht.
Doch, haben die.
Nee.
Doch.
Wie fährt der denn? Er biegt erstmal nach links ab, dass er rechts abbiegen kann. Er will Straßenbahn fahren.
Straßenbahn.
Muss ich noch weiter verfolgen?
Nee, knall ihn ab.
Er ist über Ampel rot gefahren. Das ist schon mal ein Grund, ihn festzunehmen.
Ja. Naja, nicht die Geldstrafe, besser gesagt.
Kann man hier nicht machen, glaube ich.
Schade.
Where are you taking us, Mr. Morgan?
Und er ist auf Verdacht, seinen Freund umgebracht zu haben. Er blinkt. Ich will auch blinken. Wie blinkt man?
Schlechtes Wissen.
Easy call.
Geh doch in Einstellungen.
Kann man bestimmt nicht.
Schau doch auf in Einstellungen!
Nee, gibt es nicht.
Es gibt jedes für Einstellungen.
Let's check the place out. Come on. Day one of the big time, and you're already tailing drunks home from bars. You having fun yet? I told you it was non-stop glamour work in traffic, didn't I?
I'm just trying to learn.
Oh, come on, Phelps. Save the creepy teacher's pet stuff for Leary. Won't work on you.
Er ist beim Klamottenladen.
Will er sich ein Bikini kaufen?
Oh, nee, doch nicht. Ich bin bei ihm jetzt zu Hause.
Alright. Let's pay our friend a visit. See if he's missed us yet.
Es gibt da unten einen Briefkasten, dass wir wissen, wo wir hin müssen. Morgan 2. Apartment 2 Teufel.
Apartment 5.
Das ist Apartment 1. Das ist Apartment 2.
Wie heißt
Who
der
the hell is that?
Morgan.
Will you relax?
Was
Jesus,
Morgan?
Adrian, I told you we're in the
Morgan.
clear.
Get it. Nee, Morgan heißt er jetzt.
Ah, shit. It's over, Morgan. Mr. Black? LAPD, give yourself up now! I knew it!
Wo rennt der Mann jetzt?
There's no point running, Adrian.
Ich spiele Assassin's Creed.
Mr. Black,
Yeah.
get back here right now.
Wo ist der Mann?
Stop right there. It's over, Adrian. Why not just come clean with her, Black? Why the melodrama? I thought it would be easier. No, it just got a whole lot harder. Adrian Black, you're under arrest for conspiracy and fraud. We'll see what the DA has to say about wasting police resources on a wild goose chase like this.
You're gonna lose your wife, lose your job, and probably end up in the big house.
I hope she was worth it, Adrian.
So.
That turned out to be quite some case, huh? Adrian, what an idiot. You got an arrest and a clearance in your first case, and in fine style, too. Well done, detective. Efficient investigation technique, good public presence. You keep that up and you learn from Bukowski here, you could go a long way in this department.
Ob ich Captain noch werden kann?
Keine Ahnung.
Oder Leute oder Kanal gefundene Hinweise 13 von 14, Fragen richtig 8 von 12. Sachschaden $88, Verletzungen 0, Fahrzeugschaden 2707.
Perfekt, bin stolz auf dich.
Also ich bin der Beste, also ich steuere unter Auto zu fallen auch Kacker. Was der Wagen des Konsuls Das ist die nächste Mission, Teufel.
Oh je, oh je.
Ich bin ja kein normaler Polizist mehr, ich bin Detektiv.
Ach, schade.
Okay, we're gonna keep this short. I'm already late for the DA. First up, Phelps, Bukowski. We got a report of a brand new Packard abandoned in an empty lot off 2nd Street between Olive and Grand. PR is one Oswald Jacobs says the vehicle was dumped in his backyard. There's a patrolman on site. Get down there and see what you can turn up. Any questions? Good, get going.
Wer von denen bist du?
Ich bin
links oder rechts?
Links, ich bin der mit der schönen Mütze. Also beide haben eine Mütze auf.
Ah, der bist du.
Ich bin der Coole.
Der Coole.
Auch als der andere einen besseren Anzug anhat als ich. Hey, warum läuft der rückwärts Treppen runter? Bei jedem läuft der normal.
Very funny.
Hallo Opa, warum sitzen Sie immer noch?
Eine Strafe schützen.
Bestimmt hat er wieder hier ein junges Mädchen angebaggert. Der Typ hat es so getan, ob er sich anschnallt.
You hear about Adrian?
Gibt es auch ein Cabrio?
Wife says she's gonna take him back.
Ja, steig Dach ab, dann hast du ein Cabrio.
Adrian dumped on her.
Das will ich hinbekommen.
Vor allem irgendwo, wo es sehr tief ist und dann Vollgas.
Ja, Jacobs Hinterhof, 2 Uhr.
Phelps, traffic. I'm Officer Houlihan. Cars down the alleyway, detectives.
Boah, ist das ein schönes Auto.
We got a call about an abandoned vehicle?
Yes, sir. The car has flags. Might be some kind of diplomatic vehicle.
Has anyone touched this vehicle since you arrived?
No. And that Jacobs bird over there was on station before I got here.
We'll talk with him in a moment. Give us some time to look the place over.
Sure, take your time. He's a sore-headed old son of a bitch anyway.
Lassen Sie doch diesen Mann in Ruhe.
Nee.
What now?
Check the car and the surrounds. This is a crime scene.
Must have taken the flag as a souvenir. Can't have any street value.
Eine argentinische Flagge wurde entfernt.
Nee. Das ist eine Lüge.
It's owned by the Argentinian embassy.
Und wie heißt du? Im Spiel?
Phelps oder so. Und da würde ich gerade einen Reifen. Hallo Kollege, wo bist du immer?
Stealing the wheels is for amateurs. Car ring would have stripped it in a warehouse.
Warum wurde ein Rad geklaut?
Also, so würde ich auch mein Auto abstellen.
Ich auch. Also es fehlt ein Reifen, es fehlt eine Flagge, es fehlt das Nummernschild. Was hat dieser Typ nur hier getan? Gibt's hier noch irgendwas Seltsames?
Nee.
Wo ist denn mein Kollege?
Gut. Der Streben hängt.
Echt?
Oder ist es noch? Das geht wieder.
Ach, das ist nichts. Warum vibriert da mein Controller? Hallo, Toilette, ich brauche Hilfe.
Any ideas?
Have a good look inside and around the vehicle. See what you can find.
Ich soll innen reinschauen, okay. Ja, habe ich schon. Hier, das habe ich gefunden.
Im Auto.
Ja, Fahrzeugschein. Ja, Fahrzeugschein.
Da hast du alles vergessen.
Nee.
Doch, du hast alles vergessen.
Warum steht da $15?
Frag mich doch nicht.
Dieses hatte Fahrzeug $15 gekostet.
Das ist ja ganz billig.
They need me in Chromatography. Sorry.
Wo wirst du gebraucht?
In deinen Arsch drin.
Ach, das war ich mal mein Kollege.
So what next?
Check the car and the surrounds. This is a crime scene. We don't want anything missed.
Okay, wir dürfen den Tatort nicht übersehen, Teufel.
Nicht?
Müssen wir alles durchschauen. Irgendwie ist er irgendwie hier im Kreis gefahren. Ach ne, ist ein Footballplatz oder so.
Was jetzt?
Doesn't appear to be connected.
Das hat keine Verbindung, okay.
Incidental. Nope.
Ha. Hallo, Frau.
Oh, Frau Adolf.
I don't know why you're doing that, buddy, but I wish you'd stop.
Okay, aber wir hören nicht auf.
Help me out.
Have a good look inside and around the vehicle. See what you can find.
Ja, ich hab doch da schon, ich kann doch nur das lesen im Auto.
Nee.
Ich rede einfach gleich mit dem Zeugen, der mich angerufen hat.
Mach das.
Ich weiß ja nicht, was der von mir will. Ich soll hier was suchen. Ich soll hier was suchen, ich weiß nicht was. Und hier kann ich auch nichts machen. Aber Kennzeichen wurde geklaut. Reifen wurde geklaut. Flagge wurde geklaut.
I don't think so.
Sehr komischer Fall. Hat es gerade bei dir geklopft?
Nee. Nicht, dass ich weiß.
Da war es vom Spiel. Das hat so übelst angehört, ob das irgendwie von dir kam oder vom Spiel.
Also, wenn es bei mir geklopft war, dann habe ich nichts gehört.
Ach, wo soll denn hier jemand klopfen? Ich stand hier am Zaun, dass sie klopft. Hab keine Ahnung, ich rede jetzt mit ihnen.
Oswald Jacobs? That's right.
What exactly happened here, Mr. Jacobs?
Last night, I was looking out of my window. I like to keep an eye on what's going on.
I can understand that.
You see this empty lot? Damn kids play stickball here. Always breaking my windows. Always asking for their ball back.
Can we get back to the car, Mr. Jacobs?
Don't be impatient, Sonny. Anyway, last night I see this brand spanking new Packard up on bricks.
Did you see who stole the Packard?
Hell yes, I did. I saw 3 goddamn Mexicans going to work on it.
Can you tell us what they were doing?
Using the headlights of an old Ford so they could strip the thing. I yelled out to them, "I'll call the cops." So they loaded up their car and drove off, tooting and hollering and yelling obscenities at me in Mexican.
You speak Spanish, sir?
No, I do not.
After the Mexicans left, you didn't go anywhere near the car?
After I scared them off? No, I didn't go anywhere near that car.
Can you describe the men?
Like I said, they were beaners.
Tell me about the car they were driving.
It was an old Ford. I didn't catch the license number.
You look like the kind of guy who notices details.
You're right there. The car was old, but it looked brand new. Candy apple red paint job stands out a mile.
What exactly did you see them take?
They was working on the tires. That's all that was took.
Did you see them take anything else?
Nope, I don't think so.
That's enough for now. Remember, Jacob, it's an offense to obstruct a criminal investigation. Let's hope you've given us everything.
Jacobs dumped the book he was reading in a hurry when we walked up. Curious what he didn't want us to see?
Was jetzt was ist das für ein Buch? 1947 Terminplaner.
Nee.
Okay, so we have the owner of the vehicle, a degenerate. I'll run John Madsen by R&I.
Wenn draußen ein Hund bellt, dass dann mein Hund auch noch bellen muss.
Das ist immer so.
Telefon.
Telefon.
Phelps, badge 1247.
Ich heiße Phelps.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you put me through to Michigan 2458, please?
Connecting you now. Hello, can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Can I speak to John Madsen, please?
He's at school, officer. What's this about? Is he in trouble?
How old is your boy, ma'am?
Just turned 16.
Wrong person, Mrs. Madsen. Sorry to disturb you.
Messages for me, please.
There's just one message.
Ja, so telefonieren mit deiner Freundin.
Four-door Packard, diplomatic license number Paul Robert
Hä?
706
Was?
was reported missing this morning by
Du sollst aufhören zu telefonieren.
Could you have him brought in?
He's already here at Central, Detective. He's demanding an audience, as he calls it.
Hab ich doch, hör ich, kann ich nicht.
Can you get a message to Captain
Doch,
Merrick?
das
Tell
kannst
him
du.
we'll be in as soon as we can. Thank you.
Collect, wir gehen zum Revier. Komm.
Nee.
Renn!
Schwimmen!
Ich könnte ohne den jetzt fahren.
Mach's.
Zu spät.
This has got to be the 50th abandoned vehicle call we've caught this year. One more and I'm gonna go crazy.
Not your favorite cases?
You kidding me? This is barely even police work. All the bad guys in this city, we get lumped with the ones who can't even be bothered to keep what they steal.
Do we have a Juan Francisco Valdez in for questioning?
Sure do, Phelps. Your bird's an interview, too. And get this, he's wearing gloves and doing his best not to touch anything. Can you beat that?
Sounds like we don't want to keep this guy waiting. It's this way.
Verhörraum Nummer 2, Teufel.
Nummer 3.
Ich weiß nicht, wo hier ein Verhörraum ist. Ah, danke, dass dieser Typ mich hierhin bringt.
Are you the senior officer I requested?
I'm Detective Phelps, and this is Detective Bukowski.
Have you any idea how long I've been waiting to speak with you? I am needed back at the consulate, and you keep me here like a common criminal.
All right, friend. Let's take a deep breath and start all over again.
Mr. Valdez.
Consul General. I insist on my full title.
Ach, das ist der Typ, der das Auto gehört. Halterliste der Packard.
Where did you purchase the car?
My secretary and driver arranged the purchase. A disreputable place, Dewey Brothers by name. As soon as I can have it arranged, I will have my Hispano Suiza brought up from Buenos Aires.
Dewey Brothers. You think someone from the garage could have been involved in the theft?
It would not surprise me in the least.
Consul General, we have located your car. Can you tell us how it was stolen?
It must have been stolen from the consular garage. Terribly inconvenient, of course. I want the perpetrator soundly flogged.
Unfortunately, we don't do that here, Your Worship.
You didn't use the car last night?
For dinner, yes. But it was back in the garage by 9.
I'll be talking to the gangster squad about you, Valdez. They're gonna love your diary.
So...
We can't roust every Packard dealer in the city, Phelps. See if we can get an address.
Operator, give me R&I. I need an address on the Dewey Brothers Packard dealership.
One moment, Detective. Dewey Brothers Packard dealership, 629 Figueroa Street. Owner is a William Dewey.
Got a stakeout down
Finished with Valdez.
Thank God. I'll get rid of him in a couple of hours.
Alter, ist der frech.
Warum ist der frech?
Bin ja mit der Verhörung fertig.
Ja.
Und der Typ hat gesagt, also der gesagt hat, ja, der Typ ist im Verhörzimmer. Er lässt ihn erst in ein paar Stunden wieder raus.
Ui.
Ups. Niemand gesehen.
Mr. Valdez moves in some peculiar circles for an international bon vivant.
Ah, English, please. See, this is why nobody invites you out for drinks.
It's just very industrious of him to be so involved in matters of consular transportation.
All right, you're making it worse now. I think what you're trying to say is that lover boy in there is as full of crap as a Christmas goose.
That as well.
INS officer needs help. 333 South Main Street. 333 South Main Street. Officer needs help. 211 shots fired. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Nope.
Ich wollte später Rainbow spielen, Teufel.
Don't tell me, let me guess. You were making your way past
Aber
the
davor
lot,
dich eh essen.
outside of the new Model 4 door and couldn't help
das auch
yourself.
nicht.
Doch.
You could see yourself in that car and just had to take a closer look. Well, I can't say as I blame you.
LAPD, Mac. We'd like to speak with the owner.
That's me, William Dewey, proprietor, at your service.
We're investigating the theft of a Packard belonging to the Argentine embassy.
We really ought to take more time over the Packard, Phelps. Let's head back to the empty lot.
Also muss ich nochmal zum Tatort fahren.
Nee. Das ist verboten.
Schade, dass es keine Edo gibt.
Jesus, Cole!
Die ist halt nicht GTA 5. Ja 5.
Ups.
Christ alive!
Nix ups.
Combination wrench. Must have used it to remove the wheel lugs. I'm at a loss.
Feels like we're running on 3 wheels, Phelps. I say we go back to Dewey Brothers and see what else we can turn up.
Und wieder zurück zum Autohändler.
Was ist das?
Da wo man Auto kaufen kann.
Was ist das?
Ein Dings. Bin gerade bei Abteilung Verkehr. Ich habe noch Abteilung was? Sitte. Mord und Brand. Teufel.
Mhm.
Was ist Sitte?
Ein Gebiet.
Ich hab natürlich zum ersten Mal Sitte, ne?
Ja, ist aber so ähnlich wie ein Gebiet.
Stell dir vor, Sitte ist einfach nur Bürokram. Wenn das jetzt, wenn wirklich das ist, dann weiß ich nicht, was ich im Spiel im Büro machen soll. Weg!
Nee.
Ich bin Sebastian Vettel. So, Herr Mensch. Jetzt sind wir fertig und wir haben jetzt ein paar Fragen an Sie.
Welche?
Are you missing a combination wrench?
I don't know.
Wo Ihr Kombi-Schlüssel
I
ist.
know how we can find out. Follow
Hab ich
me.
auch gegessen.
Was muss ich jetzt machen?
Ich
verfolge mal Robbe.
Was? Du verfolgst Robbe?
Ja.
We keep all our tools in here.
Mind if we look around?
Be my guest. You sure you guys aren't interested in a new car? Huh? Maybe a used car. I have some nice used cars for guys in your wage bracket.
Why don't you give us some alone time, Dewey? Go sell some cars or whatever it is that you do.
One left.
Gabriel Delgado is missing a 3/4.
I bet a broad's been driving this auto. The clutch is a mess.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
We'll need a full statement from Dewey to put in our report.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. Where can we find Delgado?
I don't know. Sure as hell isn't here.
So you don't know where the kid lives?
He got kicked out of his last place. He might be at his girlfriend's, but I don't know where that is.
A wrench from this dealership was used to strip the wheels from a Packard last night, Mr. Dewey. A couple of Hispanics were seen in parts.
We've had a spate of thefts ourselves. Comes with the location. Even bastards to steal anything the minute your back is turned.
So that's it?
Like I said, the workshop's too close to the street. It's difficult to keep an eye on it.
We'll be keeping an eye on you, Dewey, and spreading the word that you don't like to cooperate with the LAPD.
I'm out of here.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Gabriel Delgado.
Delgado. Last known address has him living with a common-law wife. 103 Hill Street, apartment 3.
Thanks.
Time to visit Gabriel Delgado. See how good of an excuse this is.
Continue to respond, okay?
You read this story in the Examiner about the Navy developing three-dimensional movies?
What's a dimension?
You know, like a graph. Vertical axis is Y and horizontal is X.
Well, that's clear as mud.
Und dafür
Third
geht es dir.
dimension would be Z. So,
Bestens.
things would be popping out of the
Das
screen.
ist ja nice.
That's ridiculous. Scare people out of the theater. In God's name would want that.
I don't know. People scoffed at the idea of talkies in color, and look what we have now.
Die Sirene hört sich richtig an, wie so wie ein alter Film in einem Feuerwehrauto lang fährt.
Perfekt.
Okay, let's see what Gabriel has to say for himself.
I just hope our Archangel hasn't already flown.
What the hell is this guy doing?
Where do you see a number 3 marked on that door?
Yes.
LAPD, ma'am. We're looking for Gabriel Delgado.
Gabriel?
We're from the police. Policia, you understand?
Yes, I understand. Could you come inside?
What is your name?
Ana Rodriguez.
Is Gabriel Delgado here, Ms. Rodriguez?
No. What do you want with Gabriel? Is he in trouble?
Stay where you are, Ms. Rodriguez. We need to take a look around.
But he is not here. I have told you.
Check out the surrounds. I'll stay with the broad. So how far along are you?
Nearly 20 weeks.
Right. So how's it going to be when you go into labor? And he's
Difficult to tell whether it's the suspect vehicle from the scene.
You are wrong about
Certainly
Gabriel.
Gabriel's pride and joy.
He will be a good father. Already he works hard to provide for us.
Unless you help us here, Anna, your little one won't be seeing Papa for a very long time.
Hasn't given me anything to go on. Maybe. No. This isn't what we're looking for.
Serving breakfast for 2, Anna? You should have cleared up.
Looks like Valdez gets his wheel back.
Mhm. Die gestohlene Räder haben wir schon mal.
Probably nothing. This doesn't pertain to the case. Junk. Circumstantial.
Diplomatic license plates.
Optimistic, Cole.
You're in serious trouble, Miss Rodriguez.
But Gabriel is not here. I have done nothing wrong.
Why did he steal the car, Anna?
The customer insulted him. He has his honor, no?
Gabriel's been in trouble before. He left you here alone to answer for him, and you expect me to believe that his motive was honor?
Please don't yell at me. I've done nothing wrong.
Tell us the truth, Anna. Has Gabriel been here?
I haven't seen him for at least 3 nights.
You keep lying to me, and I'll send you and your baby to jail.
He lives here, but he hasn't come home. I swear it.
Enough, Anna. There are signs all over this place that he's been back.
He was here last night.
Hi.
I have never seen him so angry. He went out to his shed and put some things in it. I don't know what, and I don't want to know. I love him.
We found a license plate matching our stolen vehicle in the shed. Add in the assortment of parts, and we can make Gabriel for a dozen other thefts. It's time to get serious, Anna.
You must ask these questions of Gabriel. I know nothing of these car parts.
You want him home as much as we do, Anna. Tell us where we can find him.
You pretend to be concerned for me, but you would take him straight from here to a cell.
Gabriel wasn't at work. Where can we find him?
He said he would never go back. Gabriel is out driving around in his car.
If you tell us where he is, I will try and bring him in. If we have to track him down ourselves, it could end very badly for him, Miss Rodriguez.
He is out with his chivatos, Julian and Enrique. They race on the corner of First and Santa Fe. I have pleaded with Gabriel to stop, but he would not listen.
As soon as we corner Gabriel, we'll be back for you, Anna. You had your chance to cooperate. We know where the kid is. Let's go stop these clowns and get him off the streets.
kind of man leaves his pregnant girlfriend at home while he goes off to play cars?
Pregnant girlfriends aren't always a barrel of laughs. Everyone needs to let off a little steam. Some guys wouldn't come back home at all.
Are you talking from experience?
Quick as we shut one of these races down, another one springs up somewhere else. Kids used to steal cars to sell them. Now they just want to wrap them around a lamppost. The next 16-year-old I have to peel off the sidewalk, you're calling the mother. I've had enough of those to last me a lifetime.
Any unit able to handle citizen reports of 211 in progress. 437 East 8th Street. Unit to handle code 3. Identify. Continue to respond, sir. All units in the vicinity. Citizen reports of 415 at the corner of Banning and Santa Fe. Suspect vehicles engaged in illegal street race.
There's the red Ford. That's Delgado right there.
Quick! They're getting away!
Phelps, 1247. Requesting assistance at 1st and Santa Fe. Reports of an illegal street race.
Stay on Delgado. It's getting away. I'm gonna find you! Gonna lose him.
Delgado is our boy. Forget the others. Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
Step on it, Phelps. Take him out.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
Come on, you're getting creamed by a kid in a red Ford. God damn it, Cole, hold it steady.
Gabriel Delgado, you're under arrest for grand theft auto.
Fuck you, puto! You should speak to the maricón. Valdez, I showed him. Now who's the man? I should have burned his fucking car.
You got a foreign dignitary outed as a fruit and a kitty raper, a car dealer we're gonna let slide for the kickbacks, and a street punk car thief who sure as hell won't be taking liberties with other people's autos again anytime soon. That, Detective Phelps, is not a bad haul. You keep your chin low and your hands high, and you keep bringing me clearances just like that one. That's textbook policing, and we need more of it in this department.
You have any plans for weekend Liberty, Jack?
My sisters have been working in Los Angeles in a bomber factory. They're coming down to visit. I'm meeting them at the station at 6.
Good for you, Jack. Are they cute?
My sisters, Hank.
Attention! Final inspection before Liberty.
Good job, Kelso.
we going somewhere, gentlemen? Full inspection. It had better be exceptional if any of you want liberty this weekend. Kelso, this carbine. The bore is dirty.
No, it isn't.
Are you arguing with me, Kelso?
Do what you need to do, Sergeant. You know the bore is immaculate.
Weekend liberty canceled. 2-day field drill. Clean this rifle.
No.
Do you know the penalty for insubordination, Kelso?
Jack, don't do it.
Forget him, Hank. He doesn't have what it takes.
Are you two finished? Are you going to clean this rifle?
No, Sergeant. Cole is right. I'm going to stop playing games and join a rifle company and fight the real enemy.
All right, gentlemen, I just got this handed to me. A hit-and-run felony at Ray's Cafe, 208 North Los Angeles. Got a patrolman on site. The coroner's on his way. Get down there, see if you can find any witnesses who can put a make on the car.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1 round.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn...
Tonight. Find the goddamn evidence.
Still confess.
Looks like the DA is going to press charges. Anna Rodriguez might do time.
I'll speak to the DA. She suffered enough.
I don't know, Cole. She's an easy make, and the DA likes convictions.
I'll convince him to let it go.
How you do that?
I'll give him something better.
Detectives, over here.
Cole Phelps, traffic. What have we got?
Because a white male named Lester Patterson walked out of the bar and into the street. Car hit over there, and he ended up here, dead on impact by the look of it.
Have you canvassed the area?
The only one with anything useful to contribute is the young lady over there. She lives above the bar, known as Shannon Perry. No, it's not a stage name. 24 years old, she left Kansas to follow the yellow brick road.
Is that so?
We'll take a formal statement later. Right now, we're going to take a look around.
Phelps, you should take a look at the body. The poor guy didn't stand a chance. I made a preliminary examination.
I ended on his
Probably
face
want
and
to take
ended
a
up
look,
here.
then we'll talk.
The car must have struck him from behind.
Madison has life insurance. We can notify next of kin. What have you got on the victim?
From all reports, he was intoxicated at the time of the accident. I'll know how intoxicated once I've done the autopsy. Looking him over now, I'd say he died on impact.
What about the chest wound? Isn't that inconsistent?
Very common in auto injuries. Look for a car with a prominent hood ornament. Those things are killers.
Body traveled a good 20 feet. This blood is a long way from the body. The car must have been going like a bat out of hell.
Never the same, are they?
So the driver managed to brake before the impact. What do you think?
Witness statements next. We know we've got the girl as an eyeball, but we should check the bar as well.
It's all yours, Detective.
Miss Perry?
Yes?
I'm Detective Phelps. This is my partner, Detective Bukowski. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, I came to the window because I heard people arguing downstairs.
Then what happened?
I saw a car hit that poor man and knock him down the street.
What kind of car was it?
A dark red Lincoln Continental.
Did you see the license plate?
Only the first three letters, I'm afraid. 3C8.
Tell me more about the argument you heard.
Well, there were two voices. A man and a woman, that's all.
Go on.
Then a third person, another man, got involved.
Thank you, Miss Perry. Your information has been very helpful. You can go now.
You really think so? I hope you find that driver and put him away.
You certainly got away with the dames, Phelps.
Give it a rest, Bukowski.
Let's see what the patrons have to say.
Gleich.
I'll take the bartender. You work the rest of the room. I'm Detective Phelps of the LAPD.
How can I help, Detective?
Your name would be a good start.
Dudley Lynch. Hired help. I run the place when the owner ain't around.
Where is the owner?
He stepped out. Somebody had to take Lorna, Mrs. Patterson, home.
What can you tell me about the accident?
Not a lot. It was busy in here, and all I heard was the impact.
So you didn't see what happened?
By the time I got out there, it was all over.
Do you know the victim?
Yeah. Lester Patterson. He's a regular here, or he was.
Not one of your favorite customers?
Lester was special, but not my kind of special.
Was Lester drinking alone?
No. He came here with his wife. She didn't seem too interested in the booze, though.
A witness overheard an argument.
Lester and Lorna. There's nothing like airing your dirty laundry in public, is there?
What was it about?
Who knows? The slightest thing could set those two off.
Stalling just makes us more inquisitive, Lynch. We'll get to the bottom of this, with or without you. That guy has a serious attitude problem. You get anything out of the regulars?
They weren't giving too much away. They liked watching Lester and Lorna go a few rounds every other day. And Lester was a fan of the love tap.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need to run a partial license plate, 3 Charles 8. Cross-check possible Lincoln owners. Suspect vehicle is a red Lincoln Continental.
Just a moment, Detective. Only one possible make on that license. Registered to a William Shelton, 738 West Temple Street.
Thanks, ma'am.
Looks like we caught a break on this one.
So the wife was there when it happened, but then left the scene.
You're right. Pretty unusual behavior.
She could be.
Now look what you've done!
She could be in shock. I saw some people do some strange things in the war after their buddies got hurt.
Maybe. Maybe she doesn't give a fuck. According to the patrons, her old man was a piece of work.
You don't think...
Phelps, the guy was run over. So it worked out well for this broad. So what? Maybe she deserved to catch a break. Who knows?
Yes? Hello?
Mrs. Patterson.
Is this about my husband?
We're investigating the incident, ma'am.
I see. Come in, won't you?
We wanted to give you the facts about the accident, ma'am.
I appreciate that, but I think I know most of them already, Detective. He was hit by a car, now he's dead. More is there to tell?
Pardon me, but you don't appear to be too upset about it.
Lester and I met on a furlough in '44. We got married that weekend. People don't understand it now, but that happened a lot back then.
I see. So you probably did well to stick together this long.
What's that supposed to mean, mister? I think it's about time you left. I have someone here, and
Beg your pardon? You're gonna have to run that one by us again, sister.
It's okay, Lorna. I'm Leroy Sabo.
Well, well. Nice to see you're comforting the grieving widow, Mr. Sabo.
All right, wise guy. Do you have any intelligent questions you would like me to answer?
You can confirm Mrs. Patterson's story.
Lester lost at cards. He was kind of hard to control when he lost his temper. He
turned without looking and walked right out in front of the car. Wasn't good.
What's your relationship with Mrs. Patterson, Mr. Saville?
We're friends. Good friends.
You expect me to believe that?
Look, I was filing for divorce. Mental cruelty. Lester could be a mean son of a bitch.
And Lester knew about that?
No, I hadn't told him.
Well, hasn't this worked out well for the two of you? I feel almost bad for busting in on this little rendezvous.
How did the car come to hit Lester?
He walked straight into the path of an oncoming car.
So he turned blind?
Yes. He was still yelling at me when the car hit him.
You were arguing in the bar and on the sidewalk?
We were always arguing. So what?
Admit it, you were baiting him, pushing his buttons. We can easily get the full story from the regulars in the bar.
All right. Lester was playing cards out back. He lost, of course, and wanted back in. He suggested I earn the money on my back to get a mistake. That was the proposition he was putting to his so-called buddies. So maybe I was a little angrier than usual. Let's just say I took exception to his idea.
We're leaving, Lorna, but this doesn't add up. We'll be keeping an eye on you. Come on, Phelps. Let's make ourselves scarce.
I'm out of here, Lorna. I got a business to run.
You think Mal is done with the autopsy? Better call it in and check, Phelps. Between the driver and the widow, I say we start dealing with the facts.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Any messages?
Just one, Detective, from the coroner. Message reads, Phelps, see me at Central Morgue immediately. Results of the Patterson autopsy.
Thank you.
He drove me up to Mulholland and we did some looking.
Shots fired, officer needs help. Chateau and Valencia. Chateau and Valencia. Shots fired, officer needs help. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
We can put the driver in front of a judge in less than a week.
You'd be making a big mistake.
Run that by me again?
The victim was dead before the car hit him. 2 puncture wounds to the right side of the thorax. Second puncture reached his heart.
You're kidding me.
Been doing this job 23 years, son. No one's ever laughed at one of my jokes.
He was stabbed to death?
Long, sharp knife. Length of a bayonet.
So the hit and run was a cover-up?
I'd say he was stabbed twice at very close quarters. Both wounds thrusting upwards and then pushed in front of the car.
Easy, Tiger.
Clever, really. I almost missed it. The trajectory of the wounds was all wrong if he was impaled by the foot ornament. Find the knife, detectives.
Yes, sir.
It all comes back to the crime scene. We need to hit Ray's one more time and trawl for evidence.
know, this isn't a tank, Phelps.
Lester could be a heel,
We just wanted
but
to check the crime scene over one
that's
more
a
time,
lousy way
Mr.
for
Sabo.
anyone.
If that's all right.
Can you be quick about it? Cops are bad for business.
Really? We'll tiptoe, Sabo. You won't even notice us. All right, step by step, check every inch of ground.
Lester could be a heel, but that's a lousy way for anyone.
So this is why everybody comes to Ray's.
Sure Carruthers will confirm this as the murder weapon. Let's talk to Leroy. See him explain his way out of this. Leroy Sabo, you're under arrest for the murder of Lester Patterson.
Not gonna happen, fellas. Go! I'll bring the car around and head him off.
It's too late, Sabo. Stop or I will shoot!
So, I give you a hit and run, you bring me back fraud, conspiracy, and first-degree murder. This is how a good detective operates, Phelps. You take nothing at face value. You keep digging and asking questions until you get to the truth. You got some sharp elbows on you, detective. I like that. Keep up the good work. Phelps, Kowski. V-Cop says he located a green Kaiser Fraser from the hot sheet. Address is 6 West 2nd Street. Get over there, see what you can find out. Go on. Sorry to inconvenience you.
We're on it, Captain.
I swear the more bent cars we bring in, the longer the hot...
Pays the rent, though.